Hey guys, it's Daniel. It's been a while since I've brought you a video here. I've been getting back, finally, into trying to find some quiet space, meditate. For the last week, I've been doing some DDP Yoga, which I'll talk about in a minute. Trying to find a quiet corner of my house, which evidently I am not able to do so. I got my daughter yelling, the cat's rubbing against the iPad, but it's fine. I was going through some stuff today, processing some things, and we think about how we can serve and how we can serve better. And since I was a young man, a very young man, I was in love with professional wrestling. I watched it straight up through my teen years, even into early adulthood. For a brief period, I even dabbled the idea of becoming part of the wrestling world. We had a local school here. Pretty boy Larry Sharp had a school locally here in New Jersey. But it was one of those things that when I realized how political it was and how hard it was to get into it, my brother and I, who are every bit as big as I am, 6'5", 350 pounds, we took a different path in life. But in that journey, I realized how brutal it is. Everyone says, well, professional wrestling's fake. Well, it is. It's scripted. You know who's going to win. You know the routine when you enter the ring. This one's going to bring some heat on that guy. That guy's going to bring some heat onto this guy. And then, the finishing move, and it's over. But what professional wrestlers put their bodies through is pretty intense, and I can testify to it firsthand. I've had football injuries, hockey injuries, you name it, car accidents, work injuries. And several years ago, there was a wrestler named DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. Entered wrestling very late, 35 years old when he entered the wrestling business. Wrestled for about 20 years and then retired. Beat up, banged up. One of these guys that entered these matches that were pretty brutal. And his body paid the price. Hip problems, leg problems, arms, shoulders, neck, back. He began to develop something called Yoga for Regular Guys, YRG. He even appeared on Shark Tank and tried to pitch it to the Sharks, and they couldn't come to terms. And it's really gone global at this point. He's developed a system incorporating basic yoga moves with dynamic tension, as used by Bruce Lee and Charles Atlas, with moves that he learned through several rehabilitations for bodily injuries. And he's developed quite a good program, and I'm not a spokesperson. I'm not a paid advocate of it. I don't get reimbursed for advertising it on my site or on my blogs or anything. What I am is a believer. I bought the program about a year ago. Injuries, time, laziness, all that, and probably a million other things became excuses. I normally don't get too into my personal life with you guys. I mean, we keep it simple. We keep it about the readings and the cards. But this is just where I am right now in my path. I'm certainly not trying to be anybody's inspiration or anybody's, guru when it comes to this. But I just wanted to share a little bit. And in my meditation about this, I was asked to come on and do a reading for anybody struggling with a myriad of different things. So that's where I'm going with all this. But I'm 6'4.5", currently 411 pounds, though I carry it well. I'm active. I ride a bike. I'm up and down ladders. I do physical labor every day. There certainly are people who weigh less than me who are in a lot worse health. So about a week ago, I started my DDP Yoga program. And it's a little intense, certain parts of it, depending on where your weaknesses lie, where your injuries are. I'm currently dealing with a bad rotator cuff in my left shoulder and I have some ligament damage in my right elbow, so some of the moves are a little challenging. But in the week I've been doing it, they've gotten better. And one of the things that really struck me in some communications with Diamond Dallas Page through Twitter, through the websites, things like that. One of the things that really inspired me was he's always reiterating to make it your own. Have it be your workout. If you have to go down on your knee to modify a move, do so until you're strong enough to not modify it. And I was watching a movie that they made when he first developed this. He was helping another pro wrestler who had really fallen into bad times by the name of Jake the Snake Roberts. He was near death. Alcohol, drugs, obesity. It was bad. And he used this to help him get better. And as they were struggling, as Jake the Snake was having relapses with some of his issues, I'm sure it's a term that's been said 1,000 times, and I'm sure it's something that, you know, it's probably on a Hallmark card somewhere, but it's something that really resonated with me. I've been in this very place of, like, I don't want to use the word vulnerable, but this very, very good place, I would imagine, of just feeling very open and accepting of whatever the plan may be, and feeling very much like, I don't know, like I just want to give. I just want to start doing something better, something that matters. And so in doing that, the thing that really hit me like a brick was he was trying to explain to him as he kept failing at some moves, it's about progression, not perfection. People oftentimes quit because progression is slow. They don't feel like they're moving fast enough, or they're not where they should be. But what they fail to realize in that moment is that slow progression is still progress. You know, it's something. You're still moving forward. And then this journey, that's the only way that's the only thing we should be focusing on, is moving forward. You know, the history does nothing but bring us back to that level of vibration, that level of consciousness. It's important to continually move forward. So in my inspiration, long story longer, about coming on, even bringing this up about this journey I'm now embarking on, I've been drawing cards myself every day. And I felt very strongly to draw 3 cards. And before I drew it, I quieted myself. I put myself in the I am presence, and I word it my intentions, and I was given the inspiration, the instruction to do a reading about people who are struggling, whether it be addiction, injury, health, weight, career, love, whatever it is that someone's either struggling with, suffering from, or maybe have decided to break the pattern and start a new journey, a new branch of the journey, as inspiration, as direction, whatever you may get from this reading. So without further ado, I'm going to get to the 3 cards I drew. First of which, and those of you who have watched my readings and are familiar with the Angel Tarot, major arcana cards are just a special suit in Tarot. And when you get one, that's like life events. The minor arcana, the 4 suits, are more day-to-day stuff. The major arcana are life events. And when you get more than one show up, having one show up is nice. More than one showing up in a 3-card reading is impressive. And that's where we're at. We have 2 of them. One to open the reading and one to close the reading. So our first one is Major Arcana number 16. Life Experience, Archangel Shamuel. A significant life event. A powerful revelation that leads to change. How appropriate. Time to spread your wings. This card is so appropriate for what I'm doing right now, for my decision to take a new path in my life and my journey. And hopefully it'll mean something to everyone out there who have decided to change their journey in order to go to a direction or to a outcome that is more suited for them. The next card we have is Knight of Earth. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. Now, when this card comes up, if my daughter would stop yelling at her video game. When this card comes up, it's, first of all, let me say that works perfectly with the first card. The first card's telling us that we've had this revelation, and we're like, it's time. I got to make a change. I got to break this addiction. I have to change this job. I have to get out of this relationship. I got to take back my power, wherever it is you may be. They're telling you, you've made the decision, you made your mind up. No one can change until they decide they're ready to change. And you're there, or you're getting there, or you're there but you're not sure where to go. Knight of Earth is telling you it's time to buckle down. You know, no journey drives itself. You have to do the work. You have to pedal the bike or walk the walk or whatever it is. My cat's breaking up everything. So it's a good second card for this reading. The third card is Major Arcana 13, Release. Archangel Azrael. In traditional tarot, this is the Death card, but the Death card never means death. It means moving on. The end of a situation, beginning of a new situation. Again, very appropriate for what it is we're accomplishing here. The end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation. Time to move on. So here's the thing about these messages. Whether you're the one who's a support system for someone who's in a bad situation, it doesn't have to be negative, it doesn't have to be addiction, it doesn't have to be abusive situations. I mean, it could be something as simple as being stuck in a job. But whether you're that person or you're that person who's a support system for that person, you know that you have heard or you have spoken all of the right words. You have given the advice about releasing the past or just letting it go or moving on to a new direction, making that change. But it kind of falls on deaf ears. We all want to do those things, but something holds us there. Fear, a sense of some bizarre security, whatever it may be, we get stuck in those situations as human beings. So, yeah, this is advice that's been given 100 times over, but the point is you're in a position now to where you're ready to hear it. Not only are you ready to hear it, but you're able to move through it, and you're able to actually take the action behind the advice. So I think it's a very positive reading. As a quick review, we are seeing a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments and understand that you have a guardian angel that's helping you through this. And this is the end of a situation or a phase of your life, and you're now coming into a state of higher being. This change is going to bring you spiritual transformation. But it's time to move on. And when it's moving on means moving on completely, breaking all ties, severing all cords to that which has held you back till now. I think this is sound advice for anybody who's struggling with anything. But it's advice that shouldn't be foreign to you. I think now you're at a point where you have aligned to the higher energy that is coming to us and are ready to hear the advice for the first time. So I hope that helped, and I hope that brought somebody some peace or gave somebody something to think about. Again, if you're interested in the program I spoke of, it's DDP Yoga. You can go to ddpyoga.com. And so far it seemed to be beneficial. I've just started it, but it's something good for anybody that has specific injuries that keep them from going to a gym, lifting weights. The blend of dynamic tension with the use of basically injury rehabilitation movements. Really, I think it's changing the world one person at a time. You can go on YouTube and find hundreds of people who have posted their testimonials. And I'll be giving you updates on that as it goes. But through that and through what I've been going through the last week, I just very much wanted to come on and do a reading for anybody who feels like they're struggling with something right now. Maybe need some direction, or just be reminded that they're loved, because you are loved. And it's important that you accept the love as well as give it. There's people out there who will give love every day, but just for whatever reason don't feel worthy of love or refuse to accept love. And it is critical as you take these first steps in this new journey to not only love yourself and be an expression of love, but be open to receive the love in any caliber from any source. So with that, I'll leave you, and I bid you all blessings, and I'll be back with some updates when I get the opportunity to. I'm not going to make promises I can't keep as far as weekly readings or whatever. But it's been a weird kind of bump in the road these last 3 months, and but hopefully now I'll get back into focus. And as usual, I'm open for any questions. You can email me at daniel@advancedangelcards.com. The Google Voice Angel Hotline, 747-444-1022. That'll ring me directly. Or instant message me on Facebook at Advanced Angel Cards. Any way you feel the need, if you want to reach out, ask a question, have a card drawn, just let me know. You can leave even a question in the comments below. Whatever you feel you need. If you need guidance or help, we're here for you. We have a huge support system on the other side and right next to you. It's about opening up to receive it. Bless you all, and have a good day.